Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now is Dr. Mike Supans with the Healing Hearts Emergency Animal Hospital. Hi, so nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to come in and join us today.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So I'm assuming you must be an animal lover.
Of course.
Do you have pets of your own?
Yeah, we have 2 cats at our house, and they're great with our kids, and they love playing around with us, and they chase us everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, did they jump in the crib and stuff when kids were babies?
They do. They did, yeah.
I never had a cat around during the time when I had babies. I think it was just too much. But I always wondered how
a lot of energy.
A cat would be with the little babies. So tell me about your background. Why or how did you, find out or know you had the calling to become a veterinarian?
Well, I grew up in Orange County, right in Mission Viejo, and I went to school at USC, and during that time, I volunteered at a local hospital out in Mission Viejo, and just volunteering there really solidified my calling. And then shortly after volunteering there, I actually worked with Dr. Bershauer, who owns Healing Hearts Animal Hospital, as one of his technician's assistants, and I did that for a few years through undergrad until I went off to veterinary school.
Okay.
And so this is, I don't know, kind of a cool reunion. Now working with one of my mentors.
Yeah. Isn't that a cool feeling? Like somebody you look up to, and they are teaching you and helping to shape who you end up becoming, and then the next thing you know, you're peers.
Yeah. It's an incredible opportunity to work
that's
alongside.
wonderful. What is one of the most joyful things, or the most thing that you get out of being in this profession?
Just. Especially in emergency, every case is going to be a surprise. The animals can't tell you what's wrong, so you get to figure that out. And then seeing how quickly the animals can turn around, as far as when they're critically ill, and then with some TLC and time, you can get them. You can get them feeling
healthy
a lot
again.
better,
Yeah.
and get them home.
Oh, that's wonderful. What is the motto behind Healing Hearts?
Well, we're an emergency animal hospital, and it's compassion. So we have the utmost compassion for the pets that we see and the owners, and we completely understand and respect the human-animal bond, and I would say that's our motto.
That's wonderful. And so I understand Healing Hearts, it's a fully equipped emergency hospital, and it can handle any emergency that someone's pet may experience. What are some of the traumas or things that people bring their pets in to you guys for?
Most commonly, I would say, would be just your sick pets, just like sick kids, if they've got some sort of stomach bug, and then the dehydration that goes along with that, just kind of getting them at least stabilized, if not, but we always recommend we always discuss the diagnostic workup to find out why they're sick, or make sure it's not something that would require more intensive interventions. And then just physical traumas, whether it's dog attacking another dog, or vehicular traumas and things like that. Those are what I would say. Those are the majority of the cases that we see.
What is coming in. Is there certain types of animals that come in more often, or what types of animals do you treat?
I treat dogs and cats.
Okay.
My experience with other pocket pets and birds is limited.
Okay. Now, do you have how many people are on staff? Because you guys are open 24/7.
We're open from 6 p.m. till 8 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and 24 hours Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we close at 8 a.m. the following Monday.
Okay.
We're looking to expand those hours when the time is right. But yeah, those are our hours as they are now.
So now, is it mainly just you and the other doctor, or do you guys have like a whole
We have
staff?
we have our technicians, and they're paramount for treating. We have an excellent team of veterinary technicians who helps us day in, day out. But as far as full-time doctors, it's me and Dr. Bershauer.
Okay.
But we have some relief doctors every once in a while.
So then, are you just kind of like on call during those hours that the animal hospital is open? Like if it's not your normal hours that you're working, and the technicians are taking care of things, then so it's like one or the other doctors like on call type thing for any major things that happen?
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as when it's during business hours, we're in the hospital, and when the hospital's closed, we're not.
So every weekend you're working 24 hours each weekend?
Oh, Dr. Bershauer and I split the
Split it
weekends.
up. Okay.
So he works the nights, I work the days during the weekends.
I'm always curious about doctors, like, you know, and firefighters, and I mean, it's the hours that, you know, you put in for that calling. It's definitely a dedication and wonderful thing to have.
Yeah.
So, and then you also work hand in hand with the patient's own veterinarians as well.
That's since
Tell me about how that relationship works.
Yeah, so oftentimes when pets get sick, they will first go to their primary vet or try to go to their primary vet. And if they're seen and it's late in the day before they close, because most family veterinarians close around like 5, 6 o'clock, sometimes later, but oftentimes they'll recognize this is beyond what we can, like this patient is beyond what we can treat before we close. So then they'll give us a call, round us the case, let us know what's going on with this pet and what they think is going on and what they think it needs, and then they bring their pet to us, or the owners will bring their pet to us, and we pick up where they left off. And whether that's hospitalizing overnight or a surgery or finishing a diagnostic workup, we do that often. And in the mornings, we give the family vet a call and let them know what's going on, what we ended up finding, what treatments were administered, and whether that patient's ready to go home or if it is stable enough to be transferred back to the family vet for continued care, or if it's beyond the scope of care that can be provided at a family veterinarian, if it needs a specialist, or if it needs to go for MRI or specialist surgeries and things like that.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. That's great that you do that and keep those doors open. And
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a scared or aggressive animal, and how do you handle those types
Sure.
of situations?
Yeah, oftentimes, like working in the emergency room, it's high pressure, and we have great technicians that are very skilled at restraint, just enough to get them to keep the animal safe, keep the technician safe, keep me safe, and if necessary, there's chemical restraint, or what we call sedation, conscious sedation, just to help
Calm the animal.
calm them down.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's often helpful.
And then I understand you also offer a discount for seniors?
Yeah, there's a 10% discount for senior citizens, yes.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you for coming in
Of
and
course.
sharing all this information about your business. It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We will have more of This Day coming up right after this.